Hi students, and welcome to this week's Tribe of Five lesson. If you haven't had a chance to listen to this week's Eat, Play, Pray video, I encourage you to do that. You can click the card in the top of the video. Trust me, you want to do that first, and then come back and we'll get into it. But since you're here, let's talk about what it means to be pure in heart. And that's, it's not just to be pure in heart, but to be pure in heart so that we can see God. And it's this idea of being blessed with pure in heart. Blessed are those that are pure in heart, for they will see God. There's a reward in this that goes beyond just like, hey, have a great day. Like when we truly live out this idea of being pure in heart, we get to see God, and that's a powerful thing. That it's a cyclical thing. We want, like when we first come to know Jesus, there's this spark. It's like, oh my gosh, I see God moving. And then sometimes what happens is we kind of get stale in our life. But if we can kind of push through that and continue to walk in this pure heart, we get to see God, and then it kind of creates a spark again, and so on and so forth. So there's this idea that, again, being pure in heart can just continue our love for God, because sometimes in this world we kind of get off track. And so again, how do we get back on track? Getting to a place where we are pure in heart. Now, the heart is mentioned over 700 times throughout Scripture, and sometimes it's talking about a wicked heart, sometimes it's talking about a pure heart, sometimes it's talking about how the heart and again, when it comes to this idea of heart, they're not talking about necessarily our physical heart. It is this more like our soul. And so when we have this pure soul and this pure inner being of who we are, we get to see God. Now, what's interesting is, again, God isn't so much interested in the things that we do for him. Now, again, some of the things that we do are good. So reading our Bible, good. Praying, good. Serving those that are marginalized, good. Reaching out to those that don't know him, good. Showing love and kindness and mercy and grace to all that are around us, good. But again, we can do those things and still have a wicked heart, a wicked soul, a wicked inner being. And so that's why this idea of being pure in heart is so crucial to our Christian walk. And even so much like when Samuel is going and trying to pick out the king who's going to be the king, and they're looking at David's brothers, and they're like, oh, he's handsome, he's a hunk, and he looks strong, he looks like he could be the warrior. God spoke to Samuel and said, man looks at the outward, but God looks at the inside. God looks at our soul. He looks at the being of who we are. I love what Proverbs says, Proverbs 7:1-3, and it's a father speaking to his son. And when we think of the book of Proverbs, it's a book about wisdom and how to live this life with wisdom, with wise decisions, wise words. And it says this, and I'm looking at Proverbs 7:1-3. It says, my son, keep my words and treasure my commands within you. So it's not just do what I tell you, but it's treasure them within you. It goes on, it says, keep my commands and live. Keep my teachings as an apple of your eye. Like we love something, we desire something. That's what the apple of our eye is. It's a desire to something deep within us. But it continues, and it says, bind my commandments on your fingers and write them on the tablet of your heart. Again, it's not about how to live this life with wisdom and grace and all those things. It's not like, hey, go do this. It's treasure these things in your heart. Let them invade your soul. Let them invade who you are. And then when those things are truly invade our hearts, and then we wrestle with those things within our heart and within our soul, then as we go and serve, we go with the right attitude, the right heartbeat, the right motives. Again, it starts within, not with an outward thing. It starts on an inward thing. So this week, as you meet within your tribe, I want to encourage you, really ask the questions of checking your heart health, your soul health. And so for some, it might be just starting out like, okay, again, where am I? Maybe it's a scale of 1 to 10 or 0 to 10. And like, what is your heart health? And again, this is not a time to mask over and say, well, it's a 9, I love Jesus. Like if your soul is really struggling, we have to be honest with that. We can't just say the Christian things, because again, that's an outward thing, and that doesn't accomplish the pure heart. Pure heart is being willing to say, man, I'm struggling with my motives right now. I'm struggling with my thoughts right now. That allows us to address those things. And then as you kind of really, okay, what is my health? How is my heart health? And then you can begin to say, okay, what are some things that I can do to improve that? Again, it's allowing God. Again, in the Eat, Play, Pray video, when we talk about Psalm, the Psalm is that create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Again, so as we begin to, okay, how can I improve my heart health? Because again, we want transformation. We don't want to say, well, here's where I am. That's who I am, so that's how I'm going to be. Nope, not good enough. Because again, we want to be transformed into the likeness of Christ, and so we let Him. Okay, I need to really let Him be working on my motives. I need to really be letting Him working on my speech and my thoughts. And so, again, in this time, spend the time really asking and going deeper with the heart health. Again, use this time, and again, the scripture is so clear. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Again, I can look out and around this world, and I can see how God's moving in my friends. I can see how God might be moving in my family or even my own life, and that's kind of maybe where you can end your time. Your tribe time is like, okay, where are you seeing God? Again, if the answer is no, I don't really see God, then that kind of again informs us of, okay, maybe there's some heart that needs to be transformed. There's some heart health that needs to change. And so allowing God to do that. If you're seeing God moving in and around others, but you don't see Him necessarily moving in your life, again, maybe there's some heart health issues that we've got to wrestle with. But we get to see God, and God's constantly moving. He's constantly at work. And it's not just the miracles and the stories we see in Scripture. It's still alive and breathing today. So I want to encourage you in that time. Use it. Just, again, be open, be honest, and really check, as the comedian John Christ used to say, check your heart. That's so true today. So God bless, take care, and really encourage you to go deep.